Adam Cole and Adam Page, and just basically said that, they'll be back, but there's not really like a time frame because it's a concussion and we don't know when. And I guess both are doing better, with whatever that means. I know like Page has been fine, and some friends of Cole told me, he's doing better and he's feeling good. But I mean, as far as like a date or a return or anything, I don't have anything on that. Have you heard anything at all on Adam Cole?
I've heard nothing on timetables or anything like that, but I also heard that he is doing better. So
yeah, I heard from people he's doing better. But again, I mean, the thing with him is we're talking now. We're right at the 5-month mark, and that's concerning because most of the time when you get concussions, and it varies by the individual, but there are guys who can clear and come back in a week, and and very often and most of the time it's like a couple of weeks. Usually, a 5-month period off is it's not unheard of by any means, but it's a scarier time frame, than just
it is.
Concussion.
But one of the things in his case was he, I think, had gotten a concussion, and then he came back and immediately got another concussion.
Right.
So the feeling was, let's give him plenty of time this time, so that when he comes back, he doesn't immediately get another concussion. Plus, you don't want to get 2 in a row. I mean, I guess they're always in a row, but 2 in a row quickly.
He had 2 in like 5 weeks, right?
Yes, whatever it was. I feel like it was even quicker than that. It might have been 5 weeks, but
it might have been 4 weeks.
The point was he came back. He was immediately hurt again, and the feeling was he clearly came back too early. So after it happened a second time, it was like he's going to be out until he's like 100%, and it could be a while.
It was Labor Day and June 26th, I believe, were the dates. So it's about a month apart, and but I think 4 weeks apart actually. So I mean that's what happened with Brett. In his career pretty much was over. Because the Goldberg thing obviously is the one that everyone points to and everything, but he came back. Whatever it was, like back in those days.
He did. He came back like 2 weeks later, but he also came back for these hardcore matches. So like him and Terry Funk,
match with Terry Funk,
he was just getting whacked in the head over and over and over and over and over again. So it was like probably, Adam Cole was probably 2, the 1 and then the 1 when he came back, whereas Brett was probably 1, which he didn't recover from. And then boom, shot to that, boom, shot to that, boom, shot to the head. So it was a succession with Brett.
Yeah, well, and Brett was during that period also where the knowledge was not anywhere near where it is today, which was really unfortunate because, if the Brett thing had happened today, he wouldn't have been rushed back, but then, like generally speaking, when you had a concussion, you worked the next night, and that's where it got dangerous. And football players, they played the next week. And, now there's, the protocol is very, very different and, you live and learn. And, but yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the things with when you're out for a long, long time, I always think of Brett because Brett really, he wrestled matches years later and everything like that. But, it pretty much the career of Bret Hart ended with the, over concussions. And I mean, I was, friends with him during that period of recovery that was going slow. And, the longer it went, the more it was like, man, it's like, at first it was like, okay, it's bad and it may take a while. And then it just lingered and lingered. And then all of a sudden it was like, he's probably never wrestling again. And, you'd never think of in those days, that your career would end like that. Today, sometimes, you would think like that. So, but hopefully both of those guys come back soon, because that would, obviously I'm sure that they're chomping at the bit, sitting on the sidelines and hoping for a complete recovery.
All right, so they did the trios